And then they get all upset when people apply for the bounce back loans. Why are you taking the taxpayers' money? I pay good tax. No, you don't. You pay very, very little. Hey, what's up? My name is Samuel Leeds. And in this video, we're going to be talking about bounce back loans. You may well be eligible for £50,000 loan from the government. Now, this has been talked about quite a lot in different newspapers, on different YouTube channels for the last couple months. I haven't really said too much about it because I just thought, well, isn't it obvious what a bounce back loan is? You can find it by just Googling what a bounce back loan is, and you can check your eligibility very, very easily. The problem is when I don't speak and I stay quiet, lots of other people start speaking and lots of other people start speaking nonsense. And there's been so much stuff said about bounce back loans that is completely ludicrous and untrue. I just wanted to go back to basics, talk about what a bounce back loan is, maybe explain whether you're eligible for one or not. Can you invest it in property? Can you not? What's the purpose? How does it work? When does it start? When does it stop? What is the interest? So hopefully you find this video really helpful. So firstly, what is a bounce back loan and who is it for? It is for businesses who have been hit by COVID-19, who have been struggling over these last few months and are possibly going to continue to struggle as well. And the government have been giving money in form of bounce back loans to help sustain those types of businesses. If your business is absolutely brand new, you're probably still eligible. And if your business is a really large business, you're probably also eligible. They're very, very easy to get. A lot of my students have been getting bounce back loans. They've been applying in about 20 minutes and they've been getting the money within a couple of days into their bank account. So they're kind of interesting loans and they're also very, very cheap loans. Now it's really important for me to say this. This is not free money because it is a loan. So by very definition, you have to pay it back. It is a very cheap loan. Bounce back loans, you have to give nothing back for the first 12 months. So for 12 months, you pay nothing back. And then after 12 months, you have 5 years to pay the money back. And they charge you 2% interest per year. That is cheaper than mortgage rates. That is absolutely ridiculous. There's no option to do interest-only payments, which means that every month you need to pay your little bit of interest plus some of the money back. So how much will they give you in form of a bounce back loan? The maximum they'll give you is £50,000. A lot of people get a bounce back loan for £10,000, a lot do for 50, and anywhere in between. So the question is, should you get a bounce back loan? And the answer is yes, if you're eligible for one. And you're a smart business person or a smart investor, and you could take that money and you could turn it into more money, which is effectively what a businessman and investor does, then I would say 100% take advantage of the situation and get a bounce back loan. I've never known the government give loans like this before in my lifetime. I don't know whether they're ever going to do it again. I don't think it's going to be around for a very long time. So if you're eligible and if you're smart and if you know how to invest money and use money in your business, I would say absolutely 100% yes. Now, whilst I don't agree with people that are misinforming people and saying that it's free money and you don't have to give it back, I mean, absolutely crazy. At the same time, people over here are saying, it's selfish to get a bounce back loan and it's greedy, and unless you're on your knees and you're absolutely struggling and your business is going to go bust, you shouldn't apply for a bounce back loan because it's taxpayers' money. It's our money that you're... That is also completely nonsense, because whilst the loan is taxpayers' money because the government are giving it out, here's the thing that just freaks me out. You're paying it back. So, Mr. Taxpayer who's all upset about people getting bounce back loans, that's my money. By the way, people that say that usually don't make much money anyway, so their tax contributions are very, very, very small, and then they get all upset when people apply for the bounce back loans. Why are you taking the taxpayers' money? I pay good tax. No, you don't. You pay very, very little. And the people that are taking the taxpayers' money are using it to make more money, are paying the money back with interest, and then the more money that they've made, they're paying more tax. So taking bounce back loans, as long as you are eligible and you don't lie on the form to get a bounce back loan, it's actually helping the taxpayers and it's helping give the government more money. So if you have a business, even a property business, and you're eligible for a bounce back loan, do it and do it now. Make sure, of course, that you can afford to pay it back, because after 12 months, you're going to start having to pay it back slowly. You've got 5 years to do it, but it's not interest only, so you're going to be hit after a year. Plan carefully. But this is what I always say, and this is what really gets to me, because people say, Samuel encourages debt. I'm like, yeah, I encourage debt, as long as it's good debt. And it's no different with bounce back loan. People don't understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is really good, bad debt is really bad. And if you're applying for a bounce back loan, which is debt because you have to pay it back, as long as it's good debt, i.e., you use it to make more money, then it's good and go and do it. And sometimes people say, can you buy a property with a bounce back loan? Okay, now I know people are doing this. I know there's a lot of investors that are getting bounce back loans and they're buying properties with it. It's something that's a little bit sketchy because most lenders, so if you're getting a bounce back loan and then you're trying to get a mortgage as well, so you're using the bounce back loan as your deposit, most lenders aren't going to be very happy with that. They're not going to like the bounce back loan being a form of a deposit. So it's not the easiest to go and buy a property. There are some lenders that you can do it with. You can use it as a deposit and get a bridging loan and then do the BRR strategy, buy, refurbish, refinance, and then refinance and get back. You can do that. I don't know whether I would endorse or encourage doing that because I know there's a lot of lenders that aren't keen on it. But listen, here's the bottom line. As long as you're honest when you fill out forms, when you take out the bounce back loan, you're going to have terms and conditions with that loan. They're going to say you can do this and you can't do this. Great. When you take out a mortgage, you're going to have terms and conditions with that loan. So if you take out a bridging loan or a mortgage, a bounce back loan, as long as you're not breaking any of the terms and conditions, my opinion doesn't matter. Joe blogs his opinion on Facebook, trolling everybody, telling them how greedy they are, taking loans and doing this, that, the other. It's no one's business. Whether you get a bounce back loan is no one's business. What you do with the bounce back loan is no one's business. As long as you don't break the law, as long as when you take out these loans, you don't go against the terms and conditions that you agreed to, then do whatever the heck you can to make you money. And when you make money, you'll pay your taxes, you'll be a good citizen, and no one can moan with that. People do, people love to moan, and what I've seen in this whole COVID-19 epidemic is I've seen how many people are almost glorifying in the fact that businesses are struggling, and it's just absolutely saddens me because right now we should be standing together, because without business people we have no economy, and with no economy the world does not look good. So my advice would be, whether you get a loan, whether you don't get a loan, whether you buy property, whether you don't buy property, mind your own business, support people, and just be a positive person and encourage people. Listen, I hope this video has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. If it has, drop me a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and I look forward to seeing you next time.